Hey, all black everything. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We back. Come on in, tell a friend. You know how we do it. We back with the Tavistock Institute, taking off right where we left off. You know, thumbs up like you're hitchhiking. Like it, share it, subscribe it. All that beautiful stuff. Let's get it through the algorithms. Ah, get it back. Ooh, there it is. You know, I don't own the rights to this music. Piece of Get Band, the Kings up in there. You know how we do it. Keep it live in the back just to get it going. Tavistock Institute, County Insurgency still. We back. Come on in and tell a friend. It's all good. And we left off with, let's see, speaking about Mr. Blue Sky. And the main point behind M16's Smelly Cheese programming was that prospective recruits to British the world on various missions, i.e., to courier contraband on British dominated smuggling rings, which had their origins in the British Empire's snake lines, in clear reference to the Asian drug routes and especially African diamond routes. Hmm. Smelly cheese programming was used in parallel with Jonathan Livingstone Seagull. Why? As Thomason writes, quote, to encourage and train those who had been picked to remote view and then come back like humming pigeons when called by the programmer. Hmm. Fast forward to the late spring of 1980, Russian monastery compound in Karim, Jerusalem, property of Russian Orthodox Church. Back in 1980, it was run as a nunnery, but was known to be a KGB spy center. According to Thomason, Vladimir Putin and other KGB Royal Arch Freemasons stayed within this high security compound. The British intelligence recruits mainly stayed at the youth hostel behind the St. John's Church in the center of Karim. It is located partly up the mountain, which overshadows the town, and it backs onto a pine forest. What is mind boggling in this upside down universe of smoke and mirrors is that, quote, the evenings and the graduates would sit on the veranda of these buildings with their KGB Russian counterparts to smoke, drink vodka, and shoot the breeze. End quote. Thomason spoke Russian and acted as a de facto translator for the group. Thomason explains that this was the first time that the future president of Russia, Vladimir Putin, and now former M16 agent had met. Fast forward to 1993, Poland. With the Soviet Union disintegrating into oblivion, Poland became the world's largest flea market in the world of intelligence, possessing large mineral wealth and large oil reserves, plus more timber than the Amazon, and not to mention an immense stockpile of Soviet era weapons. The country was being asset stripped. The strategy was intended to topple Russia into anarchy, toward the point where Russia could not oppose Western military operations. Quote, no one really knew who was working for which agency or which agency was allied to whom in what turned out to be a smash and grab gunfight. One could name M15, M16, the CIA, and the IRA, but as few in this free for all, the desperate dash to acquire information, drugs, guns, you name it. Just about every intelligence agency and mafia organization was in on the game. End quote. You think you have an ally? You ain't got no allies. Better understand something. Time to come together with the people now. Everything was on sale. Truckloads of Soviet rubbles motored down autobahns. Many were used in complex swap operations in which billions of narco dollars were laundered on behalf of the Ngareta, Indreta, and the Calabrian mafia. Numerous Western banks such as Bank of New York, Goldman Sachs, Fleet Financial, and Bank of Boston looted up to 500 million. Thomason said, quote, Vladimir Putin had lost his job as a KGB controller. He owed their employees several months of salary. Whole families were starving in the cities, and Vladimir Putin and his own family was no exception to this rule. Putin needed help and reached out to the very free